all you Karens out there who have your panties in a bunch about the fact that doctors are starting to use the term pregnant person instead of pregnant women, I want you to listen up. Women are people. Non-binary people and trans men are also people. So this term includes everyone that was born with a uterus and could be pregnant. It has nothing to do with not being a feminist or protecting women's rights. We want to be inclusive to all people born with a uterus.
You're not a doctor.
You're a f***ing idiot.
So imagine this scenario real quick. You walk into a doctor's office and see the doctor we just heard from, who is a real doctor by the way, standing there with the gay pride colored hair, wearing a pronoun badge and saying, "Hey Karen, what are you, one of those people that uses the term pregnant women?" I have said many times on this channel that over the past 3 or 4 years, I have lost faith in all institutions in this country, up to and including the medical institutions. So I don't know where we go from here, but it is not a good place. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have a fairly quick and crazy clown world update for you guys today, and as usual, we have absolutely no time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment, listen, I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know his name. I don't know what he identifies as. I don't know his political leanings. The only question I would ask this gentleman is, why? Why?
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
All right, let's keep this party rolling with yet another unhinged rant from has-been Hollywood actor Michael Rapaport. Now, I'm sure most of you know by now, Michael Rapaport has a severe case of TDS, also known as Trump derangement syndrome, as you will see here. Just a quick warning, you may want to adjust the volume a little bit, turn it down, because, as I said, this guy's unhinged. Roll it.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes, baby! Got him again! Got him again in Nueva Yorka! Woo! It's not getting a lot of attention, but have no fear. The disruptive warrior is here. Higgity, have no fear. Michael Rapaport is here with all things pig dick. They got him again. Civil court in the beautiful, beautiful city of New York. It is getting ridiculous, man. Can you win one case? Can you just win one case, man? Every single time you go to court, you lose.
The truth is, you're still a dork.
Yeah, so that's not the behavior of a sane individual. I'm not sure exactly how much Michael Rapaport knows about what's going on here, but there were no criminal charges. There was no civil court trial. There was no opportunity to mount a defense. A judge banged the gavel, said, "You're guilty, we're dissolving your business and sanctioning your lawyers." I'm not sure cheering on the destruction of the American legal system is the burn that he thinks it is. Anyway, next up, so here we have this picture of this genius out riding his motorcycle without a helmet. However, he does have his obedience mask on. What has happened to people?
This guy is f***ing stupid.
And speaking of Trump derangement syndrome, I would love to bump into Michael Rapaport sometime wearing this t-shirt and watch him melt down. Anyway, real quick, before we go any further, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're enjoying the videos, you like the content, and you want to help support the channel, grabbing one of these t-shirts is a great way to do it, and here it is. The Revenge Tour 2024 t-shirt. Now, this is the most famous mugshot in the history of mugshots, so if you want to grab yourself a little piece of history, there will be a link to the t-shirt in the description box below, and I also have some other very cool designs you can check out as well.
Yes! That's awesome!
All right, next up. Now, we've all been called so many names over the past few years that they don't really hold much water anymore when someone calls us a phobe or an ist. Well, this person here is going to explain to us what transphobia is, and I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things where they say, if you don't date a trans person, you're a transphobe, but we'll see. Anyway, just for a point of reference, this is a biological man who identifies as a trans woman, so do with that information what you will. Roll it.
Let's break down what transphobia is, because a lot of people seem to think that transphobia is just the idea of being afraid of trans people. A phobia can also be an aversion to something. So if you don't want to be around, like, date or whatever trans people solely because they are trans, you have an aversion to them being trans, which is a phobia. To be transphobic doesn't mean that you have to be hateful, aggressive in any way. It just means that you are averting yourself from those people. So the next time you may sit there and say to yourself, I'm not transphobic, I just don't think trans people exist. I'll be nice to trans people, I just don't believe in their cause. I'm not going to bully someone who is trans, but I'm also not going to promote their cause. These are all different ways to have an aversion to someone who is trans without directly being mean or aggressive towards them. You could be the nicest person on the planet who does nothing to harm anybody around you and still be transphobic. And it's your job to dive deep into your psyche and find out why you have that aversion in the first place. Where is it rooted?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So that person we just heard from wants me to dive deep into my psyche to figure out why, as a man, I wouldn't date a trans woman, which in turn makes me transphobic? Well, I guess I'll just wear that title like a badge of honor, right? Anyway, next up, here we have, once again, another trans woman who claims to have menstrual cramps, I guess? Listen, I still say it's too many Bud Lights and tacos the night before, but hey, whatever. Roll it.
Send me good vibes. I have such a big meeting today that's like huge for my career. And of all days, I am cramping. Which, if you didn't know, trans people can sometimes get cramps very similar to period cramps in the same area caused by the same muscles, but not the same, or else people on this app will try and harm you. I don't want to get into the biology of it. It's just very annoying. Today is not the day I needed this. I don't have a uterus. You are not doing anything. How's your day going? Wish me luck. Hoping to get a new screenwriting job.
Are you out of your mind?
All right, next up, Hey guys, I apologize. They're doing tree construction on my road, and I think they're cutting the branches away from the power lines. It's getting pretty loud. They must be right outside my house, and they didn't tell me they were coming, so I had no idea that it was going to be right in the middle of me making a video. So once again, I apologize. Let me see if I can dull the noise a little bit. Hang on one second.
It does look better in person. I know it looks bad on camera. Man, my feet really took a beating on the beach with all that sand. I need to go and get another pedicure. But look at my new feet jewelry.
That's weird, huh? Holy what the hell was that all about?
No, it looks like there's not a whole lot I can do to dull the noise, so hopefully you guys aren't hearing it too bad on your end. Once again, I do apologize. We're going to plow through it. Anyway, next up. So at this point, I feel like these people are just trolling us. They're kind of just, we're being mocked at this point after you see this one. I think you'll agree with me. Roll it.
You know what's ultra rad about transitioning is that you get to have like a second puberty. And I know that doesn't sound entirely appealing to most people, but it's kind of interesting that at 34 years old, I get to have another puberty with the advantages of like wisdom and experience and age and no parents to tell me what to do. Which essentially means that I get to choose freely whatever awkward pubescent phase I want to go through. I could be a horse girl if I want to. Just the girl that's so obsessed with horses. I just love horses and ponies and Mustangs. I love them. Retainer put in, ill-fitting retainer. Got a notebook full of like vaguely sexual drawings of horses, like jacked horses with delts and six-packs and stuff. Just so that when I show people the pictures in my notebook, I can be like, this is Carmine and he's the prince.
And he had a spell cast on him by an evil witch, so he's a horse now. And he's waiting on true love's first kiss to break the spell, you see. And I could show you all the other horses that I filled this book with, but that would make me late for clarinet lessons, so I gotta go.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hey guys, real quick, we don't have any sponsors for today's video. If you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you.
Look at me, I'm a big fat slob!
Alright guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this one, and once again, I do apologize for any background noise you may have heard from the tree trimmers outside, and I think they moved on to the next house down the street because I can still hear the equipment very faintly, but they're definitely not outside anymore, so I apologize for that. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me if you're still here. And of course, we're going to be wrapping it up with everybody's least favorite senator out of Pennsylvania, John Fetterman. And what else do I really need to say? I mean, just the introduction of John Fetterman says it all, so we'll just leave it there. Anyway, guys, things are clearly getting crazy out there, so please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll the film, please.
My message to the CEOs is, it's $74 million, collectively earning that. How many yachts can they need, to water ski behind it? It's just crazy.
You get wacky on me. What the f*** are we talking about here?
And you ain't black.